Now we'll do paper 2. This is Department of Education, Northwestern Province and Year-End Evaluation 2018. So this paper, 3 hours and you get part A 6 questions and you have to do only 5. And part B also 6 questions. You have to select only 5 questions and spaces are not provided here. So you have to ask for line papers and a graph paper for the first question. And one question you can spend 18 minutes and each question worth 10 marks. So 10 into 5, 50 for part A, 50 marks for part B. So now we'll see how we can do those questions. So you can try 1 and 2. Question number 1. This is about a graph and a quadratic graph, parabola shape. And you have to answer the questions using the graph. So we'll do step by step. An incomplete value table prepared to draw the graph of the function y equals 7 minus x plus 1 whole thing squared is given below. Find the value of y when x equals minus 1. This is substitution. So you can just substitute x equals minus 1 in the equation. So I can do this one here. Y equals, this is part 1. 7 minus x plus 1. X is minus 1. Minus 1 plus 1 squared. So here 0. So 7 minus 0 squared is 0. So y equals 7. So that's 7 here. So you get only 1 mark for that part. Part 2. Draw the graph of the function by taking suitable scale for both the x-axis and y-axis. So you can select the scale. So this is minus 4 to 2 and 7 with minus 2 in y-axis. So we'll see if we are starting minus 4 here, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0. So 0 is here and 1, 2. Or you can move to the other side. So we'll take that one. So take this one as the y-axis. And you can mark the points now starting from 7. This is y starting from 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is 0, minus 1 and minus 2. And that's the x-axis now here. I took 10 squares, 10 small squares, 1 unit. So this is minus 4. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4 here. 1, 2. And this is the x-axis and y-axis. So 10 squares means 10 small squares is 1 unit. So this way, point 1, 1 over 10. This way, 0.1. 1 square represents 0.1. And now we can mark the points. Minus 4, minus 2. Minus 3, 3. Minus 2, 6. Minus 1, 7. 0, 6. 1, 3. 2, minus 2. Now we have points we can connect. So we can connect only these 2 points, edges, you can connect with a ruler, not the middle part. You have to smoothly connect the other parts. Now this part, smoothly connect. So I connect this up to here and then here. So you need to connect smoothly. So that's the graph of y equals 7 minus x plus 1 whole thing squared. So you get marks. 1 mark for marking the points. 1 mark for the scale. And 1 mark for connecting smoothly. Altogether 3 marks. By using the graph, write the equation of the axis of symmetry. So what is axis of symmetry means? That's the line passes through the maximum or minimum point here. This is maximum point. So this line passes through x equals minus 1. So the equation here is x equals part 3a. X equals minus 1. That's the vertical line passes through the maximum point. B, write the coordinates of the turning point. So what's the coordinate here? Minus 1 with 7. So you can write minus 1 comma 7 is the vertex point or turning point. So for this one, you can get 1 mark here for the equation and 1 mark for the vertex point. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 marks for this part. We'll take a look at the next one. Now we'll look at the next part. Write down the interval of x in which the function is positive and decreasing. Decreasing here to here, but positively. Decreasing means here to here. So you need to read this point. So this is x equals minus 1. This is 1.7. 2 squares here, 1.7. So you can write x should be in between minus 1 and 1.7. So that's decreasing positively. So don't put equal sign, only in between. 5th one, when y equals 0, by considering the value of x, find the approximate value for root 7. So y equals 0. So what's y equals 0 means? This line. So I'll take a green color. This line. Y equals 0 means this line. So what are the points, intersecting points with the graph? You get x equals minus 3.7 and 1.7. So those are the values. When y equals 0, x becomes minus 3.7 or x equals 1.7. Those are the values. Now, if y equals 0, what's the equation? 7 minus x plus 1 squared. Y equals x7 minus x plus 1 squared. Y equals 0. You get this. Take it to the other side. X plus 1 squared is equal to 7. Take square root both sides. X plus 1 becomes root 7. This becomes plus or minus. So what's root 7 value? So you can take either this value or this value. So when you plug negative value, negative 3.7, you get a negative answer for root 7. But we need only the positive value. So you have to substitute 1.7 here. Positive 1.7 to get plus root 7 value. So what's the root 7 value? From this. So root 7 is equal to, plus value is x. 1.7 plus 1, you get 2.7. So that's the approximate answer for root 7, 2.7. So you can do that. All for first question, we need to give marks. So earlier we gave 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 marks. So 4 marks for all these. So 1 mark here, 1 mark here. 2 marks for finding this, 1 mark for this one, 3, and to get all these you get 1 mark. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 7, 8, 9, 10. So altogether 10 marks for this question. Now we'll look at question number 2. Mr. Senarath imports 500 mobile phones, each 640 rupees from a foreign country. 40% of duty is charged for mobile phones. Find the value of mobile phones including the duty. The total cost for these mobile phones has been taken from a state bank to settle it in 20 monthly installments with the interest. When the annual rate of interest is 12% and the interest is calculated on reducing balance method, find the value of the installment with the interest. So do this question. We'll do step by step. First part. Find the value of mobile phones including the duty. So what's the price? Each one 640. 500 mobile phones are there and 40% duty is charged for the mobile phones. So you need the value after, including the duty. Value including duty. First you need to find out the amount for 500 mobile phones. 500 each 640. And then tax. Duty. 40%. If you buy 100, if 40% tax, you need to pay 140. So 140 over 100. Because we need the value including duty, not only the tax. 0, 0. Get cancel out. 5 times this. 0. 5 times 4, 20. 2 remaining. 5 times 6, 30. 32. 3,200 into 140. 1, 2, 3. 3 zeros. 14 times 2, 28. 2 remaining. 14 times 3, 42. So 42 plus 2, 44. So the price is 448,000 rupees is the value including duty. Now the second part. The total cost for these mobile phones has been taken from a state bank to settle it in 20 monthly installments. So this is the amount taken as a loan. So 20 monthly installments are there. So first step is to find out the amount you have to pay monthly without interest. Value of installment. Value of installment without tax first. $448,000. 20 installments are there. Divide by 20. 22400. 22,400. That's the value installment without tax. Then what you have to do? You have to find out the interest per month. So interest per month so this is the installment. 12%. 12% interest you have to pay. 12%. And this is annually. So you have to divide by 12 to get monthly interest. 2 zeros get cancelled out. This 12 get cancelled out. 224. Now we need to find out how many months units are there. So here 20 plus 19 plus 18 like that. So how many months units are there? So 20 plus 19 plus like that up to 1. What's the easiest way to find out that? This is 20 into 21 over 2. 210 months units are there. So each interest is this. So here you have to multiply and find out the total interest that you have to pay. So what's the total interest? Total interest is 210 months units are there, each 224. So we'll multiply separately and write down the answer there. 224, 210, 210. So add it together. So 470. So 47040. So what's the value? 47,040 rupees. That's the total interest. But you have to pay with 20 installments. So what is the interest? Interest per installment. So here interest per installment. So 47,040 divide by 20. 20 installments are there. So what's the interest? 2, 3. For 10 that's 5, 2. 2,352 interest per installment. So what is the amount for an installment with the interest? You have to add these two. So the amount or the value of installment with interest so we have to pay 22,400. That's without interest plus 2,352. $25742. So that's the amount. 24,752 rupees is the amount of installment with interest. So we need to give marks now. So 10 marks for the whole question. We can find first, we can give this one 3 marks because you have to multiply by 140. So 3. So we can give 3 marks for the first part. And the second part, calculating this one, value installment without tax, 1 mark. And then calculate interest per month, monthly interest per month, that's 2 marks. And total months units, 1 mark. And then total interest, 1 mark for this. And then interest per installment, 1 mark. And 1 mark for the adding these two and get the answer 24,752. That's 1 mark. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Altogether 10 marks for this whole question. Now you can do question number 3, 4, 5, 6. That's part A, all questions. First one, you are asked to simplify means multiplication, and the other one is about equations, simultaneous equations. So we'll do it step by step. Part A, simplify. So matrix multiplication, what's the condition? We need the size of the matrix. So this is 2 by 2. You can write 2 by 2. This is also 2 by 2. 2 rows, 2 columns. These two are equal. The number of columns in the first one is equal to number of rows in the second matrix. That means you can multiply and you are getting 2 by 2 matrix. How you find out the first value? So that means you get 4 answers. First value, how you get? First row with first column. 2 times minus 3 minus 6. 4 times 1 plus 4. That's the first value. How you get this value? First row with the second column. 2 times 2, 4. 4 times 0, 0. What's this value? Second row, first column. 1 times minus 3, minus 3. 5 times 1, 5. Last value is second row with second column. 2 times 1, 2. 5 times 0, 0. So when you simplify, what's the matrix you are getting? Minus 6 plus 4 is minus 2. 4. 5 minus 3 is 2. And 2. So that's the matrix. So you can get 3 marks. So 2 marks for this and the final answer 1 mark. Part B. 2 handbags and 1 pair of shoes cost 1,000 rupees. This is constructing equations. What are the things here? Handbags and shoes. 2 handbags and 1 pair of shoes cost 1,000 rupees. The price of 2 pairs of shoes and the price of 2 pairs of shoes is 125 more than. This is more than the price of handbag. 1 handbag, that's 125 more. By taking the price of handbag is A. The price of pair of shoes is B. constructing a pair of simultaneous equations and solve them. So we can write first equation 2a plus b equals 1000. And this is more, second one. So the subtraction becomes 125. So 2b minus 1a. So I can write minus a plus 2b because I need to write down b terms in one column. Then I can solve it easily. 2b minus a is 125. So those are the two equations. Now you need to solve. What we can do? We can multiply this by 2 and add it because different signs you can add it, a get cancelled out. So first thing I can multiply 2 by 2 minus 2a plus 4b equals 250. That's my third equation. And I can add 1 and 3. When you add 1 and 3, a get cancelled out. You get 5b equals 1250. So when you divide by 5, you get b value. So you get 2 for 25, that's 5, 250 for b. Now you can use any equation. I'll use second one. Using second one, what's a? Straight away I can find a is 2b minus 125. So 2 times b means 2 times 250 is 500 minus 125. So I get 75 here. So 3. So a equals 375. That means the price of a handbag ₹375 and pair of shoes is B, that's 200, that's 250 rupees. So those are the values. Now we'll try to give marks. Now previous part we gave 3. So this one 7 marks. Constructing this equation 1 mark. Constructing the second equation 1 mark. And then method here 1 mark. And here this method 1 mark. Finding the value of this 1 mark and 1 mark for this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we need to give 1 mark there, so we can give 1 mark for this step. Because all the values should be the same to get 2 marks for the whole matrix. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 marks for the whole question. Now you can try question number 4. That's a statistics question. So do that. I'll do it here. Rangana collects damaged ions as a business and sell them on a profit. The following table provides the information of collected ions in metric tons during the last 25 days in a certain month. Write the model class interval of the distribution. Model means one which has the highest frequency. Look at the frequency here, 7. So the model class becomes this. So 0.9 to 1.1. That's the model class. And look at these intervals. there's a gap. So class limits are given. Find the mean weight of iron collected in a day in kilograms. 1 metric ton is 1000 kilograms. So we can create the table. This is weight. 0.3 to 0.5. 0.6 to 0.8. 0.9 to 1.1, 1.2 to 1.4, 1.5 to 1.7, 1.8 to 2.0, and we can write down the total there. And we need midpoints. You take x as the midpoints. So add and divide by 2. So middle value is 0.4. Here we can see 0.7 is the middle. Here 1, 1.3, 1.6, 1.9. And then frequency is given 1, 4, 7, 6, 4, 3. What's the total? Altogether 25. Just check. 11, 12, 22, 25. So 25 days. Now we can multiply and find out fx, because total fx over total f is the mean value. 0.4, 2.8, 7, 6 times 3, 18, and 6 times 1, 6 plus 1, 7, 7.8, 4 times 6, 24, 4 times 1, 4 plus 2, 6. And 3 times this, 27, 3 times 1, 3 plus 2, 5. Now add it. 8 and 8, 16, 20, 27, 31. 3 remaining, 5. 5 and 5, 10. 10 plus 14, 24. And 6, 30. 30.1. So how you find out the mean? Sigma fx, total of fx over sigma f. 30.1, this is in tons, divide by 25. So you can find the mean value in kilograms by multiplying by 1000. So 30.1 multiplied by 1000 over 25. That's kilograms. So 25 times 40. So 0. 4 times 1, 4. 4 times 0, 0. 4 times 3, 12. So 1 decimal point. 1204 kilograms is the mean value. So how you get marks? So we have several parts. First do it and then we'll give marks. Third part, Mr. Rangana settled 45,000 rupees as the leasing installment for his vehicle from income of the above 25 days, and the balance in hand is 316,200 rupees. Find the daily income of Mr. Rangana. So what's the daily income? So he settled this one as the leasing installment for his vehicle from income of the above 25 days. So the balance is this. So what's the income? You can add it and see. Income is 316,200 is the balance, and 45,000. Settled with that amount for the leasing installment. So this is the income. So add these two. 361,200 rupees. That's the monthly income. So what's the income per day? We want daily income. So we'll write daily income. Daily income is, you have to take this value, divide by 25, because 25 days this salary, so 1 day means you have to divide by 25. 25 times 1, 400, 4 again 100, this is again 400. Now for 200, that's 8. So you get 14,448 is the daily income. Then the second part, it says, using the daily income of Mr. Rangala, find the selling price of 1 kilogram of iron. So, mean means this is 1 day, the average number of kilos. So, 1204. So, you can find out for 1 kilo. So, 1204 kilos, you are getting this much of money per day. So, 1 kilogram, what's the price? You have to divide this value by 1204. So, what's the value? 14448 divide by 1204. This is 1,024. When you subtract, you get 2,408. That means 2. That's 0. That means you get 12 rupees. 12 rupees for 1 kilogram. Now we'll give marks. We can give 2 marks here and 2 marks for finding daily income and 1 mark for model class, 1 mark for the midpoint, 1 mark for the FX, and total FX and taking this 1 mark and here 1 mark and finding the kilogram value 1 mark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1 mark extra here. No? So 1 mark for the final answer here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 4 altogether 10 marks. Now look at the 5th question. The sum of areas of the base and the curved surface from outside of hollow cylinder with the radius A units and height 4 units is 52 pi. Find the value of A to the nearest whole number by constructing a quadratic including A. Considering the value of A, find the area of the base in square units. So you can take root 17 as 4.12. So here we'll take it. This is a cylinder. Hollow means inside nothing there. Base and the curved surface from the outside of a hollow cylinder with the radius A units. So the base and this. So this is hollow means the lid is not there. So what's the radius A and the height 4. And this is a hollow one. You are not getting the lid. So only one base. That's a circle pi r square. Plus, what's the curved surface area? 2 pi r h. That's equal to 52 pi. Now substitute the values. 22 over 7. Radius is A square. 2 into pi into r. R is A, h is 4. That's 52 pi. Here you don't need to substitute pi value because pi get cancelled out for all these three. So you get A squared plus 2A, 8A, because 2 times 4 is there. 8A is equal to 52. Take it to this side. You get minus 52 equals 0. This is a quadratic equation. How you solve quadratic equation? So you have to factorize. But it's not factorizing. Why? They have given root 17 value. So that means you can use either completing square method or quadratic formula. So here if the middle term is even, you can use the completing square method. So how you take the square term? Divide the middle term by 2 and square it. 8 divided by 2, 4. 4 squared, 16. So you are adding 16. In order to get no difference, you are subtracting 16. So these three you can write A plus 16 square root is 4. A plus 4 squared minus, you get 68. Now take it to the other side. A plus 4 squared is 68. Now take square root both sides. A plus 4 is plus or minus square root 68. What is 68 square root? We'll write down and see how you can write 68. 34 and 17. Here 4 times 17. So 4, when you take square root out, that becomes 2. 2 into root 17. Because 4 times 17 you get, when you take the square root, 2 root 17. So what's A value? A becomes plus or minus 2 root 17 minus 4. A is a length. You need to get a positive value. If you take minus value, what happens? You get both negative. So A is negative. So we have to take only the positive value. A is 2 root 17 minus 4. Now you can substitute root 17 as 4.12. 2 times 4.12 minus 4. 4, 2, 8 minus 4. You get 4.24 is the A value. So A is just units. And you need to find out the area of the base in square units. Now this value is correct to 2 decimal places, but they want to the nearest whole number. Here, find the value of A to the nearest whole number and then find the area of the base. So what's the value for A? Whole number is 4. A equals 4 units. And now they are asking to find out the area of the base. area of base is pi r squared means a squared. 22/7 into 4 into 4. So you have to multiply this one. 88 into 4. 352. So 352 divide by 7. Here 5 and 0 for 20. That's 7 times 2. 14. So 6 remaining. For 60 again, 7 times 8. So this is the area of base. So this value we can round it. We'll see what's given here. Considering the value of find the area of the base in square units. Not asked to estimate it. So we can give roughly, this is the value, square units. You can keep the answer like this or you can round it to nearest whole number, that's 50 square units. So that's the base area, pi r squared. That's a circle. So when you are giving marks, this is one full question, question number 5. So we can give one mark here, pi r squared, 1 mark, and equating 1 mark, 3. And constructing equation 1 mark and the simplification 1 mark, 5. And using any method. So this is completing square method 1 mark and finding answers, you get 1 mark, and deciding positive value 1 mark and rounding, we can give another 1 mark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And for the final part, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And 1 mark for final answer, area of the base. So altogether 10 marks for this question. Now you can try question number 6. That's scale drawing, and you are asked to find out lengths using trigonometric ratios. So part A, the teacher Piyavardhana gave following instructions leaflet relevant to an activity to a group of students. Activity 1, required materials, measuring tape, clinometer, 4 pegs, 1 compass, required amount of ropes. According to the instruction leaflet, students mark a point A on school ground and place Sanjeeva at A. So we have to draw the sketch by including information. So we'll start with A. This is Sanjeeva. Sumit is placed at B, which is 30 meters of distance from A, on the bearing 80 degrees. So bearing means you have to draw the north line and 80 degrees somewhere here. So how many meters? So this is B. This is 30 meters. So B. So who is that? So at B, that's Sumit. Now this is Sumit. That's in B. That's 30 meters and 80 degrees from north. Now Susantha is placed at C, which is 30 meters of distance from A. Here this should be B, not from A. Now Susantha from Sumit. So I'll change this question. Here, this one, this should be C compared to, this is from B on the bearing 130. So bearing 130, that means from B, okay, not from A. 130 is an obtuse angle, so somewhere here from north. That's how many meters? 30. So equal distance. Here I'll draw the north line. So 130 from here, and this is 30 meters. So this is Susantha. So this is C, Susantha. So draw a sketch by including the information of the activity done by students. So this is the diagram. This is Sanjeeva, Sumit and Susantha. So 30 meters here, 30 meters there. Now we'll do the next part. According to the figure drawn, find the bearing of Susantha seen by Sanjeeva. So this is the bearing. So we'll draw a line here. So we need to find out this angle. So how can we find out that angle? This is 80, but we need to find out this angle. So 130. So this is 50. 180 minus 130. This is 80. And this becomes 80. So 130. Can you see? This is an isosceles triangle. This is 30, this is 30. These two lengths are equal. That means these two angles are equal. We can find out this angle. So what is this angle? This angle, we'll put x or something. X. X is equal to 180 minus 130 divide by 2, because these two angles are the same. So 50 divided by 2 is 50 divided by 2, 25 degrees. So this is 25, this is 80. So what's the bearing? So you can write down bearing of Susantha from the point A. That means Sanjeeva's place. So seen by Sanjeeva is that bearing 80 plus 25. 80 plus 25, that's equal to 105 degrees. So you can write Susantha seen by Sanjeeva. Susantha seen by Sanjeeva bearing, you have to use the word bearing, from north 105 degrees. Now we'll give marks. So 2 parts here. Part A. So you can get 3 marks for this sketch with angles and distances and calculating the value 1 mark here and 1 mark for the final answer. So altogether 5 marks for part A. Now we'll look at part B. Part B is in the figure given. BE is a vertical post with base B. 12-meter long iron wire joining midpoint D. The post is fixed at C with 30 degrees of alignment. So that's this, and it's given. This is the midpoint. So this distance is equal to this distance. Find the distance of BD by using trigonometric ratios. So what are the other lengths given here? 12 meters long iron wire joining midpoint D. That means 12 meters is given here. So you can find out BD using the trigonometric ratio. To this angle, this is opposite and this is hypotenuse. So what is the ratio? Sine. Sine 30 degrees is equal to opposites. That's BD over 12. So what is BD? 12 times sine 30. Now you can refer the table, sine 30 value. So natural sines 30, 0.500. That means 12 times 5, 60. And here you don't need these zeros. 12 times 5. So 6 and put 1 decimal place. That's 6 meters long. So BD equals 6 meters. Now we'll take the next part. Find the angle of elevation of observing the top of the post from the place A, which locates 15 meters from B. So that means 15 meters from B, that means this is 15 meters, and you need to find out this angle now, angle of elevation for the top of this, that means to the point E. Now we found out this is 6 meters. So 6 and 6, 12 altogether. So ABE triangle. When you take ABE triangle, this is 12 meters and you need to find out this angle. AB is given 15 meters. Now, how you find out the angle? What's the appropriate trigonometric ratios? Opposite and adjacent here to this angle. So that's tan. Tan theta equals 12 over 15. 3 times 4, 3 times 5. So you get 0.8. Now find out an inverse of tan. Now find inverse of tan, that is tan inverse of 0.8. Use natural tangent table to find out the angle. 0.8. 0.8. Not 2 is there. If this is 54, to get this one you need 6. So 46 more if you are taking this one, 46. So not getting 46. So it's better to take this value. Only 2 away from that. So 38, 40. 38 degrees and 40 minutes. So that's the angle of elevation. So we can give marks for this. So how can we give marks? This one. Finding appropriate ratio 1 mark. And finding this value and antilog, we can give 3 marks for this step. And here 2 marks for this. So 1 mark appropriate ratio and 1 mark for this. So altogether 5 marks for this part as well. Now you can do part B. Again, you get 6 questions. You have to do 5 questions. Each question you can spend 18 minutes. So you can try 7, 8, 9, 10. Question number 7. This is about number patterns. Arithmetic progression is there. And you are getting in part B, that's geometric progression as well. So we'll do step by step. Question number 7, part A. Third term and fourth term of an arithmetic progression are 11 and 15. So how you write down the third term? A plus, first term is A, n minus 1. So 3 minus 1, 2d. That's third term is 11. And fourth term, how can you write? A plus 4 minus 1, that's 3d equals 15. Write down the first term and the second term of the progression respectively. That means we have to solve the simultaneous equation. So we'll subtract 2 minus 1 because this is bigger. 3d minus 2d equals 15 minus 11. You get 4 is equal to d. Now you can take one of the equations and find. Substitute d equals 4. A plus 2 times 4 is equal to 11. So what's A? 11 minus 8. 3. So first term is 3. Common difference is d equals 4. But they asked write down the first term and the second term. So what's the second term? 3 plus 4. That's 7. So that's the first part. Obtain the nth term of the above arithmetic progression in simplest form. So how you find out the nth term? Tn is a plus n minus 1d. Now you can substitute a, that's the first term 3 and difference is 4. Multiply, you get 4n minus 4. Finally, you get 3 minus 4 is minus 1. So 4n minus 1 is the nth term. So that's the simplest form. That's second part. And it says find the sum of first 18 terms in the arithmetic progression using formula. So what is S18? What's the formula? We can use using A and D. N over 2, that's 18 over 2. 2A, 2 times 3, plus n minus 1. 17. D is 4. You get here 9. Inside brackets, what you get? 3 times 2, 6. And 4 times 17, 68. Now add it. 9 into 6 plus 68, 74. Now multiply and write down the answer. 9 times 4, 36. 3 remaining. 9 times 7, 63 plus 3, 66. So you get sum of 18 terms is 666. So we'll give marks for that part. That's arithmetic sequence. So you get 2 marks for finding the sum. And here first term and second term. First term and second term you get 2 marks. And finding the nth term, 2 marks. And we can give 1 mark for this as well, solving and finding A and D. So 7 marks for arithmetic progression. And we'll take a look at the next part. B. How many terms should be taken to get the sum of terms as 189 of a geometric progression with the first term 3 and the common ratio 2. Common ratio 2 and the first term is 3. How many terms should be taken to get the sum of the terms? So Sn formula you need. What is Sn? A r to the power n minus 1 over r minus 1. So we need n. So it's better to cross multiply and make this one as a subject. So Sn into r minus 1 divide by a is r to the power n minus 1. Now add it. You get r to the power n is Sn over a r minus 1 plus 1. Now we'll substitute the values. The sum is 189. First term is 3. Ratio is 2. 2 minus 1 is 1 plus 1. 189 divided by 3. You get 63 plus 1, 64. Now r to the power r is 2. 2 to the power n is 64. What is 64? 2 to the power 6. 2 times 2 times 2. 6 times you have to multiply. So same base. So you can write n equals 6. So you need 6 terms to get the sum 189. So you can get 3 marks for this whole question because we gave 7 marks here. 7 marks here, 3 marks. Making this one and substitution and finding n altogether 3 marks for this part. Now we'll take question number 8. So this is about volume. So we'll do it step by step. Part A. The large cylinder with the diameter and the height 4x is completely filled with water. Show that the volume of the large cylinder is equal to 32 times of the volume of small cylinder with the diameter x and the height 2x. So that means we need to first find out the volume of the large cylinder. What's the volume? Pi r squared into h. Pi 22 over 7. R. Diameter is 4x. So what's the radius divided by 2? That's 2x. So 2x squared. height is 4x. What you get? 22 over 7. 2 into 2, 4. 4 times 4, 16. This x squared and this x cubed. That's the volume of large cylinder. Now find out volume of small cylinder. So what's the small cylinder volume? Same formula, pi r. R is here x over 2 because x is the diameter. X is the diameter means x over 2 is the radius. That 1 squared into h. H is 2x now. So now simplify 22 over 7. This one x squared and x cubed. Here 4 is there in the denominator and 2 above. So 2 and 4 you get 2 here. So you get 22 over 7 and here 2 comes here x cubed. Now when you divide these two, you need to show that this is 32 because it says 32 times of this smaller one. So find out the ratio between these two. So you get volume of large cylinder over volume of small cylinder. Is equal to here 22 over 7, 16x cubed over 22 over 7, x cubed over 2. Can you see? 22 over 7 get cancelled out. This x cubed get cancelled out. 16 divided by half. So what is 16 divided by half? That means 16 multiplied by 2, you get 32. So this means the volume of the big one is 32 times of the volume of the smaller cylinder. So that's the first part. And we'll take the second one. If the radius of the small cylinder is 3.25, find its volume by using the logarithmic tables. So what's the volume of the smaller cylinder? This one. 22. Here you can simplify here. I can write here 11. 22 over 2 is 11 x cubed over 7. That's the smaller one. I'll take that one. 11 x cubed over 7. So volume 11 x cubed over 7. Is it okay? 11 x cubed over 7. Now it says the radius of the smaller cylinder is 3.25. So what's the radius? X over 2. X over 2 is 3.25. So x over 2 is 3.25. So what is x multiplied by 2? 6.5. So you have to substitute 6.5 there. Now we'll find out 11 into 6.5 cube over 7. Now you can take log both sides. Log of v equals log of this value and use laws of logarithms. We know that addition is the multiplication of log values. So log of 11 plus 3, you can put it down. 3 log 6.5 minus log 7 is the final answer. Now we'll use log tables. Log 11. 11 0. 0 4 14. So this is 1 point. 0 4 14. Then 3 times log 6.5 plus 3 times. This is 0 point. 65 0. 65 0. 81 29. Minus log 7. Log 7 is 0 point value. 70 0. 70 0. 84 51. 84 51. Now we'll multiply first. 1.0414. This one multiply by 3. 3 times 9, 27. 2 remaining. 3 times 2, 6. 6 plus 2, 8. 3 times 1, 3. And 3 times 8, 24. So 2 point something. Now we can add it. 7 plus 4, 11. And 1 remaining, 10. And 1 remaining, 8, 4. This is 3. Now we need to subtract 0.8451. You subtract what you get. 5, 3 and 6. This becomes 2. 2.6350. So how you find out the volume? You take antilog value of 2.6350. Now find out the antilog value. 6350. 6350. 6345 is there. So we need another 5. So that's 5. 4315. 4315. And this is 2. 2 means 2 decimal. The point moves 2 decimal places. So here 1, 2. So this place. So 431.5 is the volume. What's the unit? Is it given? Centimeters. So cubic centimeters is the volume. And do we have to round it? If the radius, find the volume by using the logarithmic. If the radius of the small cylinder is this, find the volume of this using logarithmic table. So they are not asking to round it. So what's the final answer? 431.5. Now we can give marks. We can give volume of the large cylinder 2 marks. Volume of the smaller one 2 marks, and taking the ratio 1 mark. So 5 marks for first part, and second part also 5 marks. We can give 1 mark finding x, taking logarithms 1 mark, laws of logarithms 1 mark, and referring the table 1 mark, and final answer 1 mark. So 5 marks for that. So 5 and previous 5 marks altogether 10 marks for this question. Now you can try question number 9. That's construction. So we'll do step by step. Using only a straight edge with centimeter or millimeter scale and a pair of compasses and showing the constructions line clearly, construct the triangle ABC such that AB equals 8, BC equals 7.2 and ABC angle is 45 degrees. So construct a straight line parallel to BC through A. Okay. Now we'll take the ruler And first draw the straight line. So we'll draw a straight line. And then you can mark the point A here. AB is 8. So AB is 8 means you take the compass and you can measure 8 centimeter length. And mark the point B. That's 8 centimeters. And this is B point. That's the first step. Then BC 7.2, but B angle is 45. How you construct 45-degree angle? You can draw a perpendicular bisector. That's perpendicular line, not the bisector. Perpendicular line, that's 90 degrees, and bisect 90. You get 45. So what we can do, we can take the compass and you can first take any length and mark 2 arcs on both sides and take any length here. We'll take more than that to get the C point. So we'll take bigger length, draw an arc here, an arc from this point. The intersecting point, we connect with the ruler B to this. So that's 90 degrees, but we don't need 90 degrees. So I'm connecting with a broken line. So this is 90 degrees. I need 45. Bisect the angle. So take the compass. Take any distance. So I'll take this one. You can draw an arc here, an arc here, and then you can take the same distance or you can take more than that. You draw the arc in the middle because now we need angle bisector. So we have the point. So you can connect B point with this intersecting point. So that's the line BC. Now what is BC? 7.2 centimeters. So take the compass and now you can measure with the ruler 7.2 centimeters and mark the C point. So this is C point. So we can connect now. We can connect A with C and mark this point C. So this is 7.2 centimeters. And this is 45 degrees. Now, second part, construct a straight line parallel to BC. BC through A. So we need to construct a line here. So AB is 8, BC is 7.2 and B angle is 45. So now we'll try to draw a line parallel to BC. So we can use parallelogram method. So what we can do, so we can take the same distance here. This distance, BC distance, should be same as A and the other point on the parallelogram. So we'll take somewhere here. And this distance, BA distance, should be the same. So we are using parallelogram method to construct a parallel line. This distance is same as this distance, A and this point. So here, this is the intersecting point. Now you can connect with the ruler A and this point. So that's the parallel line. Passing through A to BC line. So these two lines are parallel. So this line is parallel to this line. Now we'll do the next part. Now we'll do the third part. Construct a circle with center O such that it touches AB at A and passing through the point C. So you are asked to draw a circle, touches point A and passes through C. So what you do, how you find out the point O? You need perpendicular bisector to find out the O. O should be somewhere there. So somewhere here. So we'll find out the perpendicular bisector using the compass. You take any distance more than half of it, and you take more than that, and we'll draw an arc here and below somewhere there, and again keep on top of C point, and we need to find out the intersecting point. So here and here. So we can connect the bisector here to big one here. That's the perpendicular bisector of this. Now this is 90 degrees. Now touches this point. Now we drew the perpendicular bisector of AC. Now we need to find out the center O. So we need to draw a perpendicular bisector to A. So take the compass. Take any distance you like, smaller distance. Draw two arcs on both sides of this line and take a bigger length and draw the perpendicular bisector. The intersecting point of the two bisectors is the center O. So you can draw an arc here, an arc there, and now we see the bisector is here. Perpendicular bisector is here. This one to AB line. Now this becomes O. The intersecting point is O. Now we can take the compass from O and it passes through C and O. So that means this and this should be the same. Here touches that. So we can draw the circle now. We'll draw the circle. I want to take different color now. So I can draw the circle, passes through point C and point A. So this is the circle, third part. Now look at the next part. Draw quadrilateral ACPQ such that the extended of this should be AO. So here I'll change this. This is AO. Extended AO line meets the circle at P. AO line meets the circle at P. So this point is P. And the parallel line drawn in part 2, this is the parallel line drawn, meet the circle at Q. So this is Q. So you are asked to draw the quadrilateral. So I'll take a different color. I'll take red and complete the A, C, P, Q quadrilateral. This one here, A and C. So this is the quadrilateral ACPQ. And now last part, give the circle theorem related for being CAB. CAB. This angle is equal to APC angle. What's that? This is a cyclic quadrilateral. So we can say AP for the last part. I can write ACPQ is a cyclic quadrilateral. That means all points on the circle. Now what is this angle? Angle in between tangent and the chord. Angle between tangent and the chord is equal to the opposite segment angle, alternate segment theorem. So we can write alternate segment theorem. Alternate segment theorem. So what's the alternate segment theorem? Angle between the tangent and the chord is equal to the angle in the opposite segment. Alternate segment. So that's the last part. Now we'll give marks for each part. So writing down the theorem, you can get 1 mark. And draw quadrilateral extending, so you get 2 marks for the quadrilateral. That's part 4. And constructing the circle, so you get 2 marks because you need to draw the perpendicular bisector. So 5 marks altogether for these 3. And constructing the triangle ABC, you get 3 marks. Yeah. And construct straight line parallel to BC, 2 marks you can get because here 5 marks there and 3, 8 and this one 2 marks. So altogether 10 marks for this question. Now you can try question number 10. So this is about proofs. So 2 tangent PQ and PS are drawn to a circle with a center O from an exterior point P. Moreover, straight lines PO and SQ intersects at R. Prove that QS is perpendicular to OP. So to show that perpendicular, if we can show that this angle is equal to this angle, 180 divided by 2, we can say that's 90 degrees. So how we can show that this angle is equal to this angle? We have to take SOP triangle and R That's PQR triangle. We'll take those two triangles and see whether these two are congruent. We know if you take any outside point and when you draw two tangents, the lengths are equal. So we can write PS is equal to PQ, equal tangents. Then angle also bisecting. If this is X, this is XX. Angles are bisecting each other with the two tangents. So we can write SPO. SPO angle is equal to QPO angle bisect the angle with OP line. So, and also PR is common. So what can you say about these two triangles? Two lengths and included angle. So the two triangles are congruent. PQR triangle. What's the case? Side angle side. Now we found out these two triangles are congruent. Corresponding elements opposite to this angle. This one is equal to this angle. So you can write SRP angle is equal to QRP. Corresponding elements are equal because the two triangles are congruent. Now, these are equal. So that means you can put y by 2y equals 180. So what's the y angle? Y becomes 180 divided by 2. That's 90 degrees. So 90 means the QS line is perpendicular to OP line. So that's the first part. So we can give marks, 3 marks here for congruency and 1 mark here for this one and 1 mark for this case, SAS. So altogether 5 marks for this part. Now we'll look at the second one. PQ squared is equal to PO squared and this one. So we'll look at these things now. We know this is equal, this is X, and we found out this is perpendicular, and we know PQ and OQ lines are perpendicular. Tangent and the radius. Now we'll take the two triangles PQR triangle, PQR and POQ triangle. Two triangles. What can you say? This is X 90, then this is 90 minus X, this angle, if you take this triangle. But this becomes 90 minus this becomes X. 90 minus an XX here. So what can you say about this? These two, PQR. PQR triangle. R angle is 90. So PRQ angle. And this one OQP, PQO. 90 degrees. Q angle and R angle equal. And when you take this and this becomes 90 minus x. Can you see? This is 90, this is x, 90 minus x. So you can write, now when you take the small angle, Q angle, RQP is 90 minus x, that's same as POQ, 90 minus x. Angles are equal. Now we have RQ and then P angle is the same. Now when you take PQ, this angle RPQ angle and the same angle P. If you take the big one, OPQ, that's X. All three angles are, corresponding angles are equal. So what is this? These two triangles are equiangular triangles. This one is equiangular to POQ triangle. Equiangular triangles. So what it means? Equiangular triangles means the ratio, corresponding ratios are equal. So you can write, we need PQ and PO. So PQ is opposite to 90 degrees. So we can write PQ from this triangle is opposite of this 90 is OP. Ratio between triangles are equal. PQ over OP is same as, we need OR. OR is the opposite. OR will take OP with OP. So if you take opposite to 90, that's this one. And we need another length. Which side we can take? OP. So PQ is there. And PR, can we take PR? That's opposite to 90 minus x angle. 90 minus x is PR. Opposite to 90 minus x is PR. And opposite to 90 minus x is PQ. So now we have to take another angle. We'll take 90 minus x. Opposite to 90 minus x. That's PQ and PR. So you can write PR over PQ because we took this triangle first. So the corresponding ratios are equal because these are equiangular triangles. Now we'll cross multiply these two. So you get PQ squared, PQ into PQ, PQ squared is OP into PR. But we know what is PR? OP minus OR, because in the question you need to write in terms of OR. So PR I can write OP instead of PR, that's OP minus OR. Now expand brackets. You get PQ squared is equal to OP squared minus OP into OR. So that's what you need to prove. Just check it. OP squared or PO squared, PQ, PO and OR. So that's the same thing. So you need to see how many marks you get. Earlier we gave 5 marks for the first part and 5 marks for this one. So 5 marks how you get? Showing that This is equiangular triangles, 3 marks, and 1 mark for taking the corresponding ratio, and 1 mark showing this proof by subtracting PR is OP minus OR. So that's altogether 5 marks and altogether 10 marks for the whole question. Now you can try 11 and 12. Those are the 2 last questions. We'll take 11th one. That's also, you have to prove that and show step by step. First part, P is the midpoint of side AB. In the triangle ABC, the straight line PQ is drawn such that PC is equal to CQ. Already marked. Show that AQ is equal to BC. Now take a look at these 2 triangles. This triangle and this triangle. What can you see? If we can show that these 2 triangles are congruent, we can show that AQ equals BC. So we'll do that. ACQ triangle and PCB triangle. It's given CQ is equal to PC. It's given. And also AC is equal to PB. These 2 are given. And we need to find out another angle. So we'll see if this is X. Here, this is an isosceles triangle. If this is X, this is also X. Isosceles triangle. So what is this angle? 180 minus X. Because that's a straight line. Straight angle. And in this triangle, how we find out the other angle? Here, if this is a straight line, this is also 180 minus X. Now we can see QCA angle is equal to CPB angle, that's 180 minus X. Now 1 angle and 2 lengths. So the angle is included. So the 2 triangles are congruent. What's the case? Side angle side. So 2 triangles are congruent. So the corresponding elements opposite to this one, AQ is equal to, opposite to this angle is BC. So you can write because of corresponding elements, these 2 are equal. That's the first part. In the second part, show that PBC is an isosceles triangle. And it says if this is this. So you have to take if this is AQC is equal to this one, show that PBC is an isosceles triangle. So what are the 2 angles equal? AQC, this angle, and PBC, this angle. That's given. So I'll highlight that, otherwise you can't see it properly. If these 2 angles are equal, you have to show that PBC is an isosceles triangle. Now, we found out 2 triangles are congruent. So, if the 2 triangles are congruent, corresponding elements are equal. So, what's opposite to this angle? That's PCB. PCB angle is equal to, opposite to this double line, that's AQC. But in the question it's given AQC is equal to PBC. So what can you say about these two? Same angle equal to these two. So you can say, therefore, PCB angle is equal to PBC angle. These two angles are equal. That means this and this both are equal. So that means this is an isosceles triangle. So you have to write this one because this one is given in the question and this is corresponding elements. Corresponding elements are equal. So that's why this is equal to this one. So we can straight away write down these are equal. So therefore, PB length is equal to PC length. Two lengths are equal. So you can write PBC is an isosceles triangle. Now we can give marks for this part. We have another part. So we'll give marks for these two questions. So I can give 3 marks for congruency and 1 mark here showing that this is SAS and corresponding elements, 1 mark. 5. And for second part, I can give 1 mark here, giving corresponding elements are equal and using the given information 1 mark here and 1 mark showing that this is isosceles triangle. So altogether 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So next part we can give only 2 marks. Look at the third part. Show that quadrilateral APDQ is a parallelogram by producing the line AC to D such that AC is equal to CD. So that means we are extending AC line such that AC is equal to AD. AC is equal to CD. And we have to show that this is a parallelogram. So how can we show that? AC is given, CD. What can you say? Diagonals bisect each other. So if diagonals bisect each other, that's a parallelogram. So straight away, you can say AC is equal to CD. That's given. And also PC is equal to CQ. That's also given. Diagonals PQ and AD bisect each other. If the two diagonals bisect each other, you can say APDQ is a parallelogram. So that's a small part. So just you have to say diagonals bisect each other. So we can give 2 marks for this part. So altogether 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and this 2 altogether 10 marks. This is the last question. So you can try first and we'll do step by step. 55 persons came to a restaurant for the breakfast. Out of them, someone ate bread and someone drank tea. 35 of whom ate bread. So this is 8 bread. So 35 is given. 8 bread and 26 drank tea. So this is tea. So 26. 2 persons did not drink tea. So 2 persons did not drink tea or ate bread. So 2 here. Copy the given diagram, incomplete Venn diagram and include the given information. So now we need to find out these parts. So there are 2 methods. You can put x for here and find out x. Or you can close this 35. Altogether it says 55. 55 here. When you subtract 35 from 55, that's 20. 2 is there, so this should be 18. So straight away you can get. And if this is 18, subtract this one, you get 8 here. And 35 minus 8, what's the value? 35 minus 8, 27 here. So 27, 8 and already you get everything 55. Or if you are not doing that method, you can put x here. Then this becomes 35 minus x and this becomes 26 minus x. And solving equations, you can find out this. So 35, this whole thing, plus 26 minus x plus 2 is 55. So you get 61 minus x is equal to, take 2 to the other side, 53. So what's x? 61 minus 53. 8. So middle is 8. So any method you can use. So how many marks we can give for this one? Completing the diagram, we can give 3 marks. 3 marks for completing the diagram. Now we'll look at the next part. All 24 males ate bread, while number of males drank tea was 5. Redraw the given Venn diagram by including this information. So you have to redraw this one. So we'll take the previous one. So we can take the rectangle first. So that's the rectangle. So, and we can take the 2 circles. So here, this was before like this. And it says, now read it carefully. All 24 males ate bread. Now we need another circle for males. All ate bread. So here, this circle should be inside the male circle. So when you take the male circle should be inside. Here outside this whole circle. So this is bread. So this is the circle. Now we need to label this. So here it's 55 here altogether. So this circle is who drank tea. And this big one is 8 bread. And that was 35 before. And this is those who are males. How many males are there? 24. And it says, out of males, rank T was 5. So T and males, this is 5. So this is 5. 24 minus 5, you get 24 minus 5, that's 19. 19 here, and this T earlier, this intersection of bread and this is 8. So bread and this one 8 means if this is 5, this should be 3. And T separately, that's 18, and this is 2. So now this is the new diagram. All parts are there. You can find out this also. What's the value? 5, 3, 19 plus 8, 27. 35 minus 27, you get 8. 8 here, this part. So you get 4 marks for this question. 4 marks. And we'll answer the other questions. Shade the region belonging to females who ate bread and drank tea. So outside the male circle, that's females who ate bread. Who ate bread and drank tea. So tea is here. So which part? So outside this, so this is the shade. This part should be females who ate bread and also drank tea. And find the number of females who did not eat bread. Females did not eat bread. Outside this and 18 and 2. So you can write 18 plus 2, that's 20. So you get 2 marks for this and shading the region and 1 mark for shading the region. So 1 mark for this. Altogether 10 marks. So this is the last part of the paper and you do it and check the answers.